So Paul, here are the terminal devices you're going to get in the upper limb crate. So basically we have the, what's that one?
Sensor hand speed.
Exactly, sensor hand speed, 8E38 equals 8.
With the orange ring.
That's right, you're right on top of it. And then the next hand that we have is actually the MyoHand Flex Vari Plus speed. And how do we know what kind of hand that is?
Well, again, this one has a green ring.
It has a green ring. Now it has a different number, 8E41 equals 9, so that's a little bit different. And next one we have is our world famous
Greifer.
Hey, you know what that means in German?
Well, you told me earlier, so I do.
What's it mean?
Gripper.
All right, it means gripper. Now each one of these have various functions. The sensor hand speed, what differentiates that one?
It has a sensor in the thumb
Right?
that will vary with grip force.
Yeah, so that sensor changes its vector. That's a long-winded way of saying is if something begins to slip, it increases the load. And we also have some other advantages as well. Flexi grip, where you're gripping something and changing orientation, it actually grips that a little bit firmer. So that's a great hand. It is very fast, 300 millimeters per second. The other one, the Vari Plus speed that's on this MyoHand Flex, actually has the same speed, but what differentiates this hand from that one?
This one does not have the sensor.
Exactly. This doesn't have the sensor, so you don't have to worry about whether or not that sensor's there. This provides you the same speed, the same grip force. Do you know what the grip force is on both these hands?
Refresh me.
It's about 24 pounds of grip, so 22 to 24 pounds of grip, so that's pretty substantial. And finally we come to the Greifer, and the Greifer has a lot of neat features because it's a more functional device. It has a release, so if you pop that, you can actually show that. And it can help demonstrate how the grip pattern is actually very parallel. It can grasp cylindrical objects. If we engage that, we can actually show how the flywheel can tighten up the different types of grip patterns. And finally, you know what this motion is called physiologically? It's called radial and ulnar deviation. So it's different than flexion extension. Now this one actually turns on and off by using this. Let's see if you could turn that on and off. So that's off, and that's on. Okay, off and on. That has nothing to do with whether or not this goes into radial or ulnar deviation. That's actually adjusted by these two little screws underneath. So, and then finally we have the two pincers at the top. You can actually get different types and even a grinding version, so you can make that custom made. Now our other hands are very simple to turn on and off. If you push from the back of the hand forward, that's on. If you push from the front of the hand back, that's off. And sometimes you'll see the button. So that's how you do that. Let's see if you can turn that on and off. Sometimes it's difficult to find, but it's the base of the thumb. You turn that on, you turn that off. Okay? And sometimes if you're confused, you can just remember that when you push it toward where the gripping is, that's where it's on. Let's always make sure that that hand is on when you demonstrate it. Good. Now here's the thing about using our disconnect device, and this is an industry standard. You have to be fairly firm with it, so when you insert it, it's not all you need to do. You need to insert and go back and forth, and that makes sure that it's on. If you don't do that, sometimes there's a tendency for the hand to fall out, and it may actually work, but then it falls out and you wonder what happened. So go ahead and see if you can push that on there firmly and turn it back and forth. Hey, that's great. So now to disconnect it, all you have to do is keep turning it till you get to a certain point and it pops right off. Sometimes customers will turn it and pull at the same time, and that's not necessary. In fact, it may damage some parts. So just go ahead and push that on, turn it back and forth. We know we got good purchase, and go ahead and see if you can disconnect. Okay, keep turning, and it'll pop right off. Easy. That's good. Okay, so that's good.